Hello everybody and welcome to a deck profile and replay showcase of my Magnet Warrior deck. Now this deck, a lot of people run different variants, but initially I found a profile from PKSparkxxx that was different compared to everyone else's because he's running a pure Magnet Warrior deck, and I playtested with it, made a couple of changes to suit my playstyle, and just to give the deck more options so you don't have to rely on your main boss monsters all the time. And I'm still tweaking the deck, but for now this will be the first raw version. Now, to start off, Magnet Warriors, 1 beta, 1 gamma, 1 alpha. Now, I do not want to draw these cards because my other Magnet Warriors effect, I can get them, the whole idea is to get them onto the grave. So, you have a couple ways to do this, but I do not want to draw these cards, because although they are level 4s, I feel like you don't need them. They have good stats, but they don't have effects, and vanillas in a very fast meta can be somewhat challenging to use if they don't have a particular trait. But because you can special summon these onto the field very easily, I think you don't need more than you could bump it up to 2 and make this a 42 card deck. But right now I feel like this is fine if I want to end the game quickly. Then 3 Valkyrion. This is the same thing. I feel like 3 is fine because I want to have this card in my hand, along with a polymerization or Berserkion and a polymerization, since the whole idea is to make Imperial Magnum the super conductive battle bot. It's the main boss monster of the deck, and these are like the 2 sub bosses. So Valkyrion, its effect, you have to tribute 1 alpha, 1 beta, 1 gamma, and then you can special summon this card onto the field, and then you contribute this card to target an alpha, beta, and gamma in your graveyard and special summon those. So this can work 2 ways, because they got the new support in Ranging Tempest, the Magnet Warriors. With Delta you can make Valkyrion super easily, but you can use this effect to either bring these 3 back for rank 4 plays along with Delta, so you can make up to 2 rank 4s, or you can just have this on the field as a 3,500 beat stick. A lot of people are playing Zoos, and people are playing Blue Eyes, and people are playing Dark Claws. So just having that 3,500 beat stick is really, really hard to get over, and you'll force your opponent to use resources. But his effect is pretty simple for the most part. You just bring them back. Now this is the support they got in the starter deck or structure deck, Berserkion, and the way you use this card is by banishing an alpha. You banish. You have to special summon it by banishing an alpha, beta, and gamma electromagnet. So these are just magnets. You need to banish the electromagnet versions from the hand or graveyard, and then you special summon this. And then his effect is you can banish a Magnet Warrior to target 1 card on a field your opponent controls and destroys. So you can use this effect as many times as you want, as long as you have Magnet Warriors in the graveyard, and you also can use it on your opponent's turn. And if this card is destroyed by a battle, or this card is in its owner's possession, it is destroyed by an opponent's card effect. So I think this means my hand. I'm not sure, but the whole idea is when this card is destroyed, you banish it to special summon your electromagnet warriors, your alpha, beta, and gamma. Special summon them back. They are level 3s, you can make rank 3 plays if you have another Berserkion in your hand, because with all the electromagnet warriors, he's really easy to search for. So the deck is just really fast and has a lot of search power. Now, I've got Delta. This card, you do want to draw it. You do want to have this card on your second turn, on your first turn even, but you want to have this card because one of your biggest plays is to summon him and then send him to the graveyard when you have the electromagnet warriors. So what I mean by this is his effect, even though he is a magnet warrior, he's a magnet warrior, not an electromagnet. Sorry, not an electromagnet, he's a magnet. So, he's a level 4, so again, you can go into rank 4 plays. And when this card is normal special summon, you can send one level 4 or lower magnet warrior, so it can be the vanilla's other effect ones, to the graveyard. This card is really good for like filtering your deck to send the right amounts. So because sometimes you might not have you might have beta and gamma in your graveyard and you don't have alpha, you special summon this or normal summon and then send alpha, and then that can allow you to go for Berserkion. So yeah, this card is really good. And then its other effect is that when this card is sent to the graveyard, you can banish 3 level 4 or lower magnet warriors to special summon a Valkyrion from your deck or hand, ignoring its summoning conditions. So the deck like comes together really nicely with this card. Now the next magnet warriors, they have simple effects, but they all have the same last effect. Alpha allows you to, like the name, so alpha being like, you know, alpha male or alpha the best, allows you to add a level 8 magnet warrior, so it can be Valkyrion or Berserkion, from your deck to your hand. And then in your opponent's turn, you can tribute this card to special summon one level 4 magnet warrior monster from your deck. And this is a quick effect. This is beta, so like it will be the level 4s or lower. Allows you to search for magnet warrior. So even if you don't have a Delta in your hand, you can always, as long as you have Gamma, you can then. Oh, but so like yeah. If you have Gamma, you can normal summon Gamma, use his effect to special summon a level 4 Magnet Warrior from your hand, except Gamma. So, this searches for your level 8s, this searches for your level 4s or belows, and this lets you special summon another Magnet Warrior to the field. So, like I said, if you don't have Alpha, you normal summon Gamma. Gamma brings out Beta, and then Beta searches for Alpha. And then if you have Berserkion, you tribute them, special summon Berserkion. So 3 of each, always. What else? So, what you want to do, the reason why you do not want to draw these 3, is because with their effects, with Alpha, Beta, and Gamma's effect, you tribute them in your opponent's turn to special summon these 3 now. You're going to create a wall, and have, usually I like to put them in defense just to like, bait my opponent into destroying them, and that's exactly what I want, because with Beta I can search for Delta or Alpha, but if my plan goes, if everything goes right, I'll search for Delta, summon Delta, send another Delta to the graveyard, to then banish the Vanillas to special summon Valkyrion, and on my second, so if I go first, on my next turn, I immediately have Valkyrion on the field. I just have to search for Berserkion from Alpha when he's normal or special summoned, and then make sure I have a polymerization in my hand and I can instantly make Magnum. Next card, polymerization, 3 of them. You wanna make BattleBot Empyrean Magnum. So we'll go into the extra deck a little bit later. 3 polymerization and fusion sage, so technically I do have 4 polymerizations, or 4 ways to get polymerization. If I bump these up to 2 copies of each, I'll have 43 cards. If I want to make it 45, I can potentially add another Fusion Sage, and then another Ties of the Brethren. So Fusion Sage searches for polymerizations, fuses Valkyrion and Berserkion for Magnum. Empyrean Magnum. It's a long name. Next, trade-in. This is just to speed up the deck, because sometimes I feel like if I have an extra copy of Berserkion or an extra copy of Valkyrion in my hand that I do not want to start off with, especially Valkyrion, I don't particularly like having Valkyrion in my hand, so if I do have Valkyrion in my hand, I can always use trade-in to draw 2 cards. This card comes in pretty okay, so it just speeds up your deck a little bit and gets rid of the that Valkyrian you don't want in your hand. The next card I'm seriously considering putting this card to 3 because it's so good. Okay, you do pay 2,000 life points, but then you can target 1 level 4 or lower monster you control, and for the rest of the turn you can't special summon, but you can special summon 2 monsters from your deck with the same type, attribute, and level. And the reason why I love this card so much is because I can normal summon Alpha, for example. Alpha allows me to get my Berserkion, and then use Ties of the Brethren, special summon 1 Beta, 1 Gamma, use Beta's effect to get my Delta, and then, you know, Gamma at this point is useless, but he's just a name. Even though I can't special summon for the rest of the turn, I have my 3 main monsters on the field ready for during my opponent's turn to be tagged out for the vanillas. So this card just lets you speed up your deck really, like, it just makes your deck that much better. Then I have Soul Charge. This card is just, it's a really good card, but I use it mainly as a out, like as an answer to something, because I am running Diamond Dyer and Phantom Break. So sometimes if my opponent has a problematic monster like Dark Matter Dragon, Neo Galaxy Ice Dark Matter Dragon, I can always use Soul Charge, pay 2,000 life points, make 3 of the electromagnets, and then going to the Break Sword, I use my vanillas and going to Diamond Dyer. So it's just really like an option that you have. Terraforming, because I am running 2 copies of Magnet Field. I did experiment with Fusion Gate, but I do not like the monsters being banished unless it's for a Berserkion or Valkyrion. So because it's just resources and the effect is really good, so I always like to have my ratios nice. So I am running Magnet Field with Terraforming, so I have 3 ways of searching my field spell. I mean, the field spell is good, it's really good, but it's not like I don't need it to win. I'm not dependent on the field spell. And its effect is if I control a level 4 or low Earth Rock type monster, I can target another monster in my graveyard and special summon it. So it's like Gamma but from the grave. And then I can only use the effect once per turn, but once per turn in the damage step, if one of my Earth Rock type monsters battled an opponent's monster, but the opponent's monster was not destroyed by battle, I can return that target to the hand. Now, this is really good because, say for example, they have an ABC Dragon Buster, or something, or like a really strong monster. I can sometimes sacrifice my own life points to return that card to the hand or to like the extra deck. It's just a solid card, brings back electromagnets from the grave, so you can make, extra plays. One part of Duality, activate top 3 cards, add 1 card to the hand. This is just draw power, and also if I know that the next 2 cards wouldn't be as good, the deck gets shuffled. So it's just like a good way to reset. Part of acquisitiveness just allows me to like get my banished cards onto the deck again and draw power and resources that I used from Berserkion. I can get them back. So it's just these 2 are just draw power in good conditions. This is a reset. This is just getting my resources back. Now for traps, I am running 2 Royal Decree. This is good because it shuts off any like Debarius, Solemns, what else? Paleozoics. It's such a good card in today's meta. When people are running Solemn Brigades, Vanity's Emptiness, Anti-Spells Fragrant, all these like really good cards, this just shuts them all. And if you open this card up, like if you have this card in your opening hand, there's not much your opponent can do other than like Twin Twister and then get rid of it. So it's just a solid card. 2 of them. I don't wanna like I wanna draw it, but I don't want it to like it's a dead draw basically. And then Solemn Brigade standard, just because the deck doesn't have a lot of like negation, and I'm not running any hand traps like Ghost Ogre or Effect Veilers or Maxis, just because they don't suit the deck. And I want to use Ties of the Brethren as much as I can. I am running the Solemn Brigade, just 2 strike, 1 warning. For the side deck, it's really optional. It's completely up to you what you run in the side deck. You can run Kaijus, you can run System Down, you can run Ghost Ogre, Veiler, Maxi, Raigeki. If you want to make this a 45 card deck to just get another Brethren, add another Fusion Sage, add the Vanillas, and then like maybe what else? So you have more space to work with, so you can also put those Raigeki's Dark Holes. So that's why I leave this side deck empty for now, because it's always different. Now for the extra deck, I am running two Superconductive Machine Imperial Magnum. This is your main boss monster. Once per turn, you can negate a spell, trap, or monster effect and destroy that card. And if this card leaves the field because of an opponent's card effect, so I think it also means spells, so if it gets Dark Hole or Raigeki, you can special summon a Valkyrion and a Berserkion from your hand or deck, ignoring their summoning conditions. So it's really, really strong. 4,000 attack and defense. Not a lot of monsters can get over this. Most of the time they'll have to end up using effects, and when they use effects, you just split Imperion and bring out a Valkyrion and a Berserkion. Then I'm running one First of the Dragons. So First of the Dragons is one of those cards. 2 normal monsters, so you can make it with your vanillas. This card is especially effective if you're running 2 copies of each vanilla, since you're more likely to draw them. And if you have polymerization in your hand, but you do not have if you do not have these two, but you have a polymerization, you can always normal summon Beta, and then get one of your vanillas, and then polymerization into one dragon. And this card is awesome. In the replays that are on the next video, I think this card put in work at one point. I'm not sure, but if this card is fusion, this card has to be fusion summoned, cannot be special summoned by other ways, so you can't, instant fusion. And I can only control one of them, and it cannot be destroyed by battle, except by battle with a normal monster, and it isn't affected by other monster effects. So this card can only be destroyed by Raigeki's Dark Holes. It can be Book of Moon, and then, obviously it has 2,000 defense. But it cannot be destroyed by battle except with a normal monster. Now, in a meta, when people are playing Paleozoics, people are playing ABC, people are playing Zodiacs, Artifacts, Speedroids, what's that new? Invokers, what else? Fluffles, Super Heavy Samurais, Raid Raptors, Performer Pals, Infernoids. All those cards have effects, and there just isn't a card that can deal with this card, so you'll always force your opponent to use a resource they do not want to. So this is why I run one copy. It's just like a trump card. They don't expect you to have this card. It's a really, really good card. In 2,700 stack, it's still really, it can get over Dark Magician. Any 2,500, 2,600 card, like Bahamut Shark or Dark Law, it just runs over that. Then I'm running one Hope Harbinger Dragon, Titanic Galaxy, number 38. And I'm only running one copy of this, and it's mainly because if I get out on the field, my Valkyrion and my Berserkion, but I do not have any Electromagnet Warriors in my graveyard that I can use Berserkion's effect. Although I do have 2 huge boss monsters on the field, sometimes just getting the number 38 really good. It's just negation. It's still a strong monster, and it gains attack. So I can just detach. Wait, what? Alright, yeah, so it's just, I negate the spell and add it to it as material. And then when an opponent declares an attack, I can detach this card, change that monster card to perform damage calculation. So it's a good card, basically. Basic Utopia package, the lightning and normal and the lightning. This is just for anything that's problematic. I mean, it can only be destroyed by battle. I just, you know, make the lightning, easy answer to it. I use it, I just really use it for when I have to. Next card, Go Goliath. So all monsters I control gain 800 defense. This is really good when I have these three on defense, because they'll all go to above 2000 defense, and then I can detach one to bring monsters from the graveyard to my hand, Earth Rock type monsters. So these guys, is it just, yeah, 1 level 4. So these guys are Delta. So, you know, I use Goliath, get Delta back to my hand, and then use his effect to send another Delta. So with Goliath, you can just reuse Delta's effect really well. So this is why I said sometimes it's better to run 2 copies of these, just for Goliath, and keep comboing. And it's the same reason why I'm not running 2 of each. I'm running 3, so I can constantly make plays and I don't get shut down easily. Diamond Dyer, you know, is just easy answer to things that I can that cannot be destroyed by battle, or like I don't have a monster strong enough to destroy it. I make Diamond Dyer with 2 level 4s, easy answer to it. Steel Swarm Roach. This is good for level 5s or higher, so like, you know, you stop a lot of fusions and XCs, not XCs, but fusions and synchros. Phantom Knight Break Sword, same thing as Diamond Eye, but just the rank 3 version. Lavier allows me to bring materials from the graveyard, banished area, and special summon them. So again, you make Lavier, you special summon one of your electromagnets, and then you make plays again. 2 Gorgonic Guardians. This card is, it surprised me how much work this card put in, because I detach to make a monster's attack 0, and then with 0 with its effect negated, and then I can destroy it. I can destroy a monster on the field with 0 attack and destroy it. So things like anything, I detach it and make it 0, and even if my card gets destroyed in the process, that monster still has its effect negated and it's at 0 attack. So you make this into Dragon Buster, make its attack 0, and you can just run over it. And this is just I like this card. I used to play it like, I used to make it straight away as a slower way to get my monsters onto the graveyard while still having protection. It was more of a control card, but it's still good. I still like to keep it in, because I can then destroy something on the field once I detach it. So, like I said, the deck plays really well. It makes plays fast, and it has answers to a lot of things. If you guys did enjoy this video, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe if you do want to see more Yu-Gi-Oh content from this channel. See ya.